Hello, hello. Welcome to North Node Alchemy. Today we are going to look into the energies of the Venus retrograde for your North Node placement. If you're not sure where your North Node is, you can check the description box below. There's a link on my site where you can check the chart and see where the North Node is on your birthday. All right, what else do I need to say here? I'm not sure if I'm going to put this all into one big video or if I'm going to upload each sign separately. I am definitely doing this intro just once. So yes, the Venus retrograde is from March 1st to about the 13th of April in 2025. It's going to start in Aries, or it has already started at the time that I'm doing this reading, in Aries from the 1st till about the 27th of March, and then from the 28th of March to the 13th of April, depending on where you are in the world, it will be in Pisces. Dates may vary depending on where you are in the world, but it's definitely in Pisces. So we're starting in the fire sign of Aries and then moving to the water sign of Pisces. This is also following a very watery, dreamy new moon in Pisces and a very auspicious and rare 7-planet alignment. So it's a time of a lot of possibility to step into your big visions, your biggest, most expansive visions, and to make significant shifts in your inner world, belief system, the vibe that you live in, the vibe you give off, and have the external world respond to that change almost immediately. What else can I say about this? Well, I'll take you through the spread that I co-created with my guides and some beings who I work with who reside in the upper echelons of Venus. I'm using the Flower of Venus pattern here, which is just a diagram that shows the dance between Venus and Earth as they orbit the sun. This pattern takes about 5 Venus cycles, or approximately 8 years, to create in the sky. And we're going to start with, let me get my notes. Where are my notes? Okay. In the center, we're going to have an oracle card that denotes the central theme. And then we're going to do the past self, present attributes, that being like some characteristics, traits that energies that you are working with that are working in your favor, let's say, or maybe not. Let's see. I don't want to get ahead of myself there. And then we have the future attribute, or the attribute to embody, at the top. We'll talk about the energies that will be stirred up and energies presented during the Venus retrograde for you. And then we'll exit this pattern to see how you will exit the retrograde, or the resolution point of this stir up of energies that will be happening over the next 6 to 8 weeks, possibly beyond. They're telling me 90 days. So there's the energies that are stirred up during this time this is just a catalyst, but there'll be a lot of significant reorganization of energies during this period, the retrograde period, and the weeks following. So I'm going to jump right in to each sign. Thanks for sticking around for the intro, and enjoy your reading. Hello, Leo North Node. Welcome to your reading. For the Venus retrograde, let's grab your opening card. Which one? I usually only take one. We got 2. Okay. going to keep it to the side and see if it comes out. I'm not going to show it to you, the second card, um, unless it comes into play during the reading. So you got the Great Mother. Surrender to the mystery, fall into her arms. Then I read from the guidebook to open the reading. You may have a matriarchal figure from your lineage coming forward during this reading, or a guide that, no, they're saying a matriarchal figure in your ancestry. Okay, some of you may have that energy coming forward. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life on earth can be, that at times being human can be painful, lonely, and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be difficult when your soul remembers the oneness of Source, but at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. We often see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that everything's okay. And when things don't work out, then perhaps we've done something wrong or have something to fix. We've forgotten that life on Earth isn't like that. Polarity is at the core of the Earth experience. And it's through the polar extremes that we grow the most. We're not meant to avoid the night, the shadow, and the winter. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. Hand over your worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, and doubts to the Great Mother. Lay them on her altar. Return to the sureness of the soil. Fall fully into her arms. Surrender to the mystery woven through it all. Remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. That unrestrained joy is closer to grief than we think. And perhaps the more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more you can say, I have truly lived. And there's a transmission with this rose. It says, I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the altar and fall into the Great Mother's arms. So I do have the second card that is called the Rose of Venus. It just felt like it naturally goes with this one. It says alignment, flow, right relationship, and harmony. But at the center, you have the Great Mother. So let me, no, they don't want it there. So I'm reading with the energy of the Great Mother at the center of your Venus retrograde energy. Let's see what energy you have for the past, present, and future. So in the past, we have the Nine of Swords. In the present, we have the Two of Wands. In the future, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse.
I've created a collection of workbooks for each North Node sign. Connect with your soul's desires and take an introspective journey into your North Node astrology. This workbook contains self-reflection exercises, guided meditations, and a curated Spotify playlist to accompany on your journey of alignment. Discover your soul today and download your workbook at feministalchemist.com.
Another card came out. We have all these appendix type of cards. Like, by the way, let's just take this card as well. So you have, so the Nine of Swords in the past. Just take this as a swirl of energy going through the Venus retrograde. What's being picked up for you is some difficult situations of the past, some things that weigh on your mind, some things that may still trouble you when they come to mind. You still have a triggered response when they come to mind. I'm just going to read these all three together. Venus retrograde is going to sweep up some emotions from under the rug that you have tucked away, that you're being asked, how are you going to rectify this energy within yourself? Because it's no longer serving you. It's not bringing you anything to hold this in your field. In fact, Venus retrograde is here for you to be able to just rid yourself of it. And this you have the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords in reverse. It needs to be cleared from your intellectual, from your mind's eye, from your mental processes. It's living in a mental body more so than an emotional body here. Although your thoughts are leading to it being in an emotional body or vice versa. But here, the focus is on the mental body. So it could be your way of interpreting events that will also be coming into reflection, retrospect for you during the retrograde. And you're being encouraged and asked to pick the way of looking at it that benefits you the most with this Two of Wands. Like you have we don't care what story you need to tell yourself in order for this to work for you as opposed to against you. Make it up if you have to, right? And I'm laughing because of how much love and joy is coming through for you. Like that's just the way the energy feels, right? This feeling of wanting to just lift a burden from you and wanting you to be light again, like really, and not just wanting it, but being prepared to help you to do that. The onus is on you to make a conscious choice. Two of Wands to make the conscious choice, take the conscious action to Eight of Swords in reverse to free yourself from this monkey on your back. In this picture, it's an alligator on his back, but it's, a crocodile, one of the two. But this beast of an emotion and of a thought pattern that keeps you stuck. Ooh, yes. And as we see here, we have the Knave of Wands or the Page of Wands, and we have the Sun in reverse. So the situations that are being stirred up during the Venus retrograde, you will see your agency. You will see your agency, Leo North Node. Did I call you Leo in the beginning? I am reading for Leo, just if FYI. If I called you something else in the beginning, I'm sorry. My head is a little foggy. But you will see your own agency in the blockage of the sun, in the blockage of your own happiness. And this is meant to just show you that you can just that you can take action to change that. Page of Wands, Knave of Wands. You may feel uncomfortable. You may not know how to do it. You may feel uncertain about the steps to do this, but the great mother energy is saying, if you don't know how to do anything else, you have no idea what to do, just at least lay it out, because you have the Eight of Cups here. And the Eight of Cups is also bowing. And I feel this is bowing at the altar of release. Because what fell out also, as I said, you keep getting these appendix cards, these like little PS from the universe. PS, Five of Swords in reverse. How others have deceived you or wronged you only perpetuates if we don't release the feelings that it gave us in that moment. We effectively are replaying the deception. And PS, appendix from the universe, is the Judgment card. Is you fully have the power in this Venus retrograde period to move this energy from you. And you may not know what that's going to look like, what that's going to feel like. This is not about judging yourself or coming to grand revelations about, you know, how difficult experiences have shaped your life or worked for your benefit. Once again, number one, you can tell yourself whatever story you need to tell yourself in order to make this have worked in your favor as opposed to you feeling the pain from it. Number two, another option, and I think either option can work for you because you got the Two of Wands here, is just I have no idea, universe, how to let this go. I don't know what my life is going to look like once I let this go, but I know, and I don't know what the bigger lesson is, but I know that I don't want to think this way anymore. I don't want to feel this way anymore. I want to be free of anything that does not serve me well moving forward. Anything that this situation, this experience imprinted, left on me that does not serve who I am becoming and who I want to be. Please take this from me. I offer it to you and put my trust in you. Something like that.
If you're wondering how you can work with the North Node in your life, check out my free tip sheet for living in your North Node. It helps you move with conscious awareness and offers practical steps for integrating the North Node in your life. This 2-page download gives you a summary of your North Node sign and a chart of key actions that you can take. Download your free tip sheet today at feministalchemist.com.
Riff it, write it, recite it, but you're being offered like this great vessel to just drop all of the things that you don't know how to process and how to deal with. You're being offered in this Venus retrograde a way to just, a big portal of release is what I'm hearing. Big portal of release. I don't know why they're showing me a flushing toilet. I was about to say the universe's toilet. It's kind of weird, but yes, because I'm seeing the spiral going down. but I think the void of the, I guess for some of you that image will be make maybe a little bit more clear than the image of giving it to the void of the universe. So let me now do your final oracle card. Okay, that's too many. That's really too many. Sorry, I got distracted, so I'm going to have to. Oh, no, I got the card I need. You got the great appendix of the universe. Always sending you little extra messages. You should feel very blessed, Leo North Node. So your final card here is Magical Gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. Yes, you may not know what or how things will unfold if you release, but release is the step. And you can truly embrace and take advantage of that during this Venus retrograde. Let me read the card to close your reading from the guidebook. The fairies are asking you to step through the fairy door and into their world of magic and wonder. They're telling you that fairy tales are real and that you're never too old to believe in fairies. Perhaps you've been thinking about embarking on the fairy path. If you're using this deck, the chances are you already have more than a passing interest in the ways of the Fae. If so, now is the time to walk through the fairy door and fully embrace your magical fairy self. The golden key to this fairy door resides inside your heart. It's important to know that once you step through this magical gateway, your life will be changed. You'll see and feel nature in a deeper way. You'll feel more connected to the plants, trees, and flowers, and develop a deeper compassion for all living things. You might even find yourself becoming vegan or vegetarian if you're not already. Your interest in conservation and the environment could also be heightened. These are all traits of someone who has ventured through the fairy door, so consider this carefully. If you're at all unsure whether you should walk through the fairy door, meditate on the question until you know in your heart that it's the right thing to do. Once you've passed through the door, prepare for more magic and joy to enter your life, knowing that you're always safe, protected, and loved. So that may resonate with you fully, that may only resonate with you in parts, but you are being invited to walk through a gateway that leaves a lot of heaviness behind. You're being invited, don't say asked, you're being invited during this Venus retrograde to walk through a magical gateway. So I'm going to leave it there, and I wish you all the best. Do check out the North Node resources in the description box, and I will see you next time. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.